Mirage music? Or is it simply a mirage? Monday Mirages, Goz gives us a bunch of news stories, headlines, things that he noticed over the weekend. We decide whether they are real or a mirage. Like, Woods just did a very good job. Real.
Mirage.
Oh!
No, I'm just kidding.
Role reversal
Come on.
Monday.
No, put that.
Yeah. Wow, you need to sun that thing.
Real Mirage.
It's the palest moon I've ever seen.
Monday Mirages, Levesque. Here we go. The New York Yankees are the best team in the American League. Real or mirage?
Real. And not only are they the best team in the American League, they're the most entertaining team in baseball. They are the best team to watch in all of baseball. The most fun you could have is watching a Yankee game right now. I'm going to give Houston some considerable mention, some honorary thoughts about this whole thing, but I still think the Yankees are better, and they'll prove it this weekend. So, real.
It's real, but I'm going to take one out of your old book. Real-ish. Put it on the hot dogs. Real-ish. Very close to being a mirage in about a week when we do this again. Because if they get beat up by Houston, or Houston looks really good against the Yankees, it's going to hurt my argument.
If
Yankees
ifs
right now
and
are better.
buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. If they win, you're going to have to really kiss their butt.
I will. That's
right.
True. But we got to give them the chance, Houston, to take them out a bit. Right now, today, May 8th, the Yankees are the best. But they can lose that championship, that title.
Playoffs.
The best in the American League, if that's the case. Let's do this one for the New York Mets and Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey was suspended because he did not show up to the ballpark Saturday. Real or mirage, that's the real reason for the suspension.
That's part of the reason, so real-ish. No, I think it is. I think they're so sick of him and his childish nonsense that, and their inability to deal with it, that they couldn't stand anymore and they gave him a 3-game suspension. I think if you're being really realistic, there's a whole thing going on where they don't know how to handle superstar athletes. Before this pitching staff, their superstar was David Wright. He's a professional. I mean, he's the one, remember 2 years ago, he walked in and threw out somebody's food because they were eating at the wrong time and all of a sudden, like, you didn't have to babysit him. He babysat everyone else. Now they've got superstars. They've got Thor, the Dark Knight, this guy who had that young, brash mindset and want to be catered to, and they don't want to cater to them. Well, you got to figure out how to have that conversation where they understand where they are, and I don't think the Mets know how to do that with their current staff.
I don't think so either, and I think it's down to a point where you have to treat every pitcher differently. Maybe Noah Syndergaard's personality is different than Matt Harvey's personality, just like a boss at work. Maybe this guy gets motivated this way, and this person gets motivated that way. There's different ways to handle employees. But still, for me, this is a mirage. They're doing something to hide a true story behind what's going on with the New York Mets. Because this happens before. Other pitchers in baseball history, even recently, have had to start the next day, afternoon and night game movement, where they just don't go to the game. Why they don't go to the game, why that was accepted for other organizations, I don't know. Usually it's hush-hush, and they make sure the camera cuts to that person, not during the television broadcast. It's happened before.
I think you're onto something, though, because you said earlier, like the Noah Syndergaard thing. Like, they didn't know how they were too lenient on him. I think they're trying to toe the line now.
Yeah.
It's just, whatever.
But what did Harvey do to get suspended? Because when you have a suspension in New York and you have a mob, and that's the best way to put it, a mob of reporters in that clubhouse, and they're going to dig and claw and dig for answers, you better hide what's going on because someone, Daily News, The Post, Wall Street Journal, whoever, they're going to find what really happened. And
anyone who's seen in Matt Harvey's locker knows he doesn't hide anything.
That's a perfect segue out of this to this next one. The Cleveland Cavaliers will lose a playoff game before the NBA Finals. Real or mirage?
Mirage, man.
They're going undefeated to the finals, okay?
Oh, LeBron played, 46 minutes? Like, you know what? How we sat here all season? You can't take days off. You got to have focus. It's all about push through, whatever. Dude, he's showing you what he's focused and pushing through to. It's the championship. 46 minutes? You out of your mind. You shouldn't be playing that much. But he did, and Kyrie Irving's playing nasty. This team is the team to beat.
There was a line that LeBron had about 6 weeks ago where he says, I don't know about big games in the NBA regular season. I've gone to 6 straight NBA finals. I've been to 6 in a row, man. That's how many I've gone to. Yeah, he was right. He won 8 in a row. It hasn't looked close, and whoever they could get, Boston or Washington, I can't figure out that series because they're beating up on each other every other night. No one's been dominating the series, sort of like Cleveland and Toronto last year in the conference finals. I'm going real because they at least are going to drop 1 to Washington or Boston. It seems likely that they would. But I'll ask you this question. The Golden State Warriors will lose a playoff game before the NBA Finals. Real or Mirage?
Real.
Okay.
Because they don't care. Like, it's different. It's not the same. So, like, Cleveland, LeBron is now making a statement. For all you people who cried that I took nights off, for all you people who whined, whatever, regular season out. Playoffs matter, and I'm going to prove it to you. Because he's also after Jordan for the scoring title, and then he'll have, like, all the postseason records. So, when you go to Golden State last year, single season wins record, this, that, the other, loses the finals. All they care about is they punch their ticket to the finals and then punch LeBron in the mouth. So they will lose one. It'll probably be to like San Antonio.
See, I'm going the exact opposite here. I'm going Mirage. And same attitude you had about the Warriors, I feel the same way for the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers beat up on Boston in the regular season. If they drop a game in the Eastern Conference Finals, even if that series gets tied at one point, at 1-1 or 2-2, Cleveland knows they can overcome that because they have the best player out on the court. Why Golden State is going to destroy either San Antonio or Houston is because both teams have had issues. San Antonio's now without Tony Parker. Houston's now without Nene. So their injuries are affecting this. And I don't get anybody on that court for Houston or San Antonio that's going to outshoot Golden State. And I get Golden State plays Utah tonight. Yeah, I'm not taking the Jazz. Golden State will always, shooting ability-wise, keep them from losing to somebody before the NBA Finals.
Kawhi Leonard plays such great defense because his arms is on. He can clap behind his back. Like, he can reach around himself and clap his hands. He's the reason they're going to lose one.
Real Mirage. Always Dreaming is a Triple Crown caliber horse.
Oh, man. See, this is not my area of expertise. I'm going to say real because once you win the Derby, you're a Triple Crown caliber horse until you lose. So I'm going to say real, even though everyone I know has told me one way or another he will not win. Like, I Closer tell me there's no way he's going to win the Belmont. Barry Abrams made it sound like he couldn't win the Preakness. And then I found out that he ran a faster race than American Pharoah ran. So I'm going to say real. He is just because he has a chance to. He is until he loses.
I'm going Mirage, and I know why I'm going Mirage, because I didn't win money on the Derby. I'm holding it against Always Dreaming, which is completely irrational, but that's the way I'm thinking about it. I didn't think it was a good enough horse.
Well, back in Gauze, completely irrational. Right. I don't hate it.
I'm holding a grudge against this horse because I lost the money on the horse. Therefore, I want the horse to lose again so I can win more money in 2 weeks. I think he's okay. He's not Chrome. He's not Pharaoh. He's not I'll Have Another. Those horses were just better. I get you laid out the Pharaoh point there, but watching Pharaoh run his prep races, I was more impressed by him. I'm going Mirage for now. I think a different track, too. Maybe Always Dreaming gets caught, but if Looking at Lee doesn't make that move, Always Dreaming smokes this field.
Yeah, I like that horse a lot because exact opposite. This month's rent or mortgage paid for by Always Dreaming. No, I just, like I said, my whole life, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They're horses too. Like, you know what I mean? Like who says that was even a good outing from Always Dreaming? All we heard all week is Always Dreaming had a terrible training session and whatever. So it's a horse. It may, and like next week, a week and a half from now, the Preakness or whatever, they might sit there and go, you know what I'd like to do? Run really fast today. And then blow everybody away. And then again, the Belmont may do the same thing. It's a horse. You can't control it.
I got one last one for you here. Real or Mirage? Melissa McCarthy, the host of Saturday Night Live this Saturday, will be the best host in the last 5 years on the show. Melissa McCarthy.
5 years.
Now we're talking, because she's doing a lot of very political, the Sean Spicer thing she does.
She's so funny. She realistically should just be a cast member. Gosh, man, how long was Peyton? That was way more than 5 years.
Peyton's a little more than 5 years. I said, I'm going to go, I'll let you think for a little bit, but I'm going to go Mirage, and she's going to be second. The only one who's been better would be Timberlake when he used to do it. When Timberlake would go out there with Lady Gaga, that episode when Fallon made an appearance, Timberlake's right there, but man, Melissa McCarthy's funny.
Chappelle was really good. Chappelle, Louis C.K., not this one, but the one before this one was good. I'm going to go real, because I got to tell you, she's that, that comedian that wins you over? Like, I've always disliked her for some reason. I don't know if it was the Mike and Molly show that everybody raved about. I hated that show. She just wins me over time after time. Like, she was like one of my daughter's favorite actresses all along. And like the whole time I'm sitting there going, I just don't get it. I just don't. And then everything she's done in the last like 4 years has won me over.
This might sound like blasphemy to some 90s comic fans, but other people may agree. Isn't she the female version of Chris Farley?
I think she's a little more cerebral.
Okay.
A little more like they're probably equally funny. Like she does some physical stuff, but she's a little more. She'll make you think a little more than, because you didn't have to. Dude, you could be 5 to 500. An IQ of 20, and you still like you could laugh at him, or you could be a genius and you laugh at Farley. You don't have to think about it. There's some stuff she does that I think people miss.
She's clever a little bit more than Farley.
She really is.
Okay.
But then again, I mean, okay, she's got Spicer. Farley had Newt Gingrich. There is definitely some comparisons there. Producer Woodsy says, what about Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, Baldwin was good.
His best were back in the day, though.
Yeah.
His best, Canteen Boy, which they don't talk about anymore.
And I wonder, and
really
Baldwin, I think, still holds the record for the most hosting. That's his best one right there. But he hosted this year, but more people know him about the Trump impression than the hosting now, which is just how it's gone.
Which, I mean, how do you have so much free time?
I heard he doesn't get paid that much to do the impressions, because he just comes in, does that, and leaves. He's not a cast member, I guess I should say.
Yeah. No, I bet you she crushes it.
It's going to be real good.
I bet you she crushes it. Plus, I'd be shocked if she doesn't have good like cameo appearances too. I'm still mad that they didn't come back with, oh, you know what? She wins. I'll tell you why she wins. They're going to do the Gronk thing. She's going to do Spicer where Rob Gronkowski walks in.
Ah, cool, yeah.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be tremendous. It's going to be great.
Get the SNL app, by the way. There's some really funny stuff on there. We just type in Melissa McCarthy or whoever Farley, and you can just pull up the best sketches of all time. It's awesome.
SNL has an app?
Yeah, they sure do.
Do we have an app?
I think we're working on it.
On Radio Pup, where you can listen to Levac and Gaz, wherever you go on your smart device or tablet. Radio Pup!